Comrades and siblings, good afternoon. Drop the charges, jail the cops. 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 We heard the bell ringing across the courtyard a little while ago. John Tory asked not for whom the bell tolls, it tolls for thee. I just realized what a privilege it is to speak last at this very informative rally, because I get to speak to the collectivity of the most dedicated, determined activists on this issue in this city, and it's a privilege I'm pleased to enjoy. It's a good opportunity to just give a thought to questions of strategy. What we're witness to is capitalist rule in its ugliest form, in the period of its decline, in the period of its imperialist decay. The system isn't broken. It was built to work this way. One of our comrades, Corey David, went to 14 Division on Dovercourt Road after the events at Lamport Stadium. And he was there along with a couple hundred other people who demanded that people be released, unjustly charged and brutalized. And what was his reward for posing that question? Why don't you release them? He was punched in the face and dragged into the station and held until 5 o'clock in the morning. We engaged legal support, called repeatedly. Many people called the station repeatedly. They wouldn't even acknowledge that they had him until after 1 o'clock in the morning, and they said, oh, we'll release him in a few minutes, but it wasn't until 5 in the morning. But this is what they do because they can. This is the discreet charm of the bourgeoisie. This is capitalist rule. Don't be surprised. You're going to see more of it before you see less of it. John Tory asks, who started the violence?
The police!
Is not homelessness violence? Is not poverty violence? Is not cuts to healthcare violence? Our healthcare system is being so poorly funded, underfunded, that according to reports today on the radio, some 15% of the folks who are in the nursing profession are thinking of leaving the profession. Shameful, shameful situation. So capitalism started the violence, and John Tory and the cops made it worse. Instead of fixing the shelter system, they increased the police budget. And many people on city council voted to do the same. What about housing? Is there a market solution? You know, my friends, if there was a market solution, we would have seen it long ago. But the system knows and bows to profit. Can we rely on the market to solve the housing shortage? Not in your life. We need to expropriate the big landlords. We need to expropriate the land developers. We need to expropriate the construction industry so we can build decent housing for people in need. And you know, this really highlights the whole question of class rule, because it's a matter of class rule, and from that flows strategy. Toronto has a big business government. Toronto needs, like every other city in the world, a workers' government, a labor city hall to meet human needs decisively. And my organization, Socialist Action, advocates a coalition of labor and socialist organizations to fight for a workers' agenda in 2022 and to press demands for socialist transformation now. And my friends, if you agree, join us. And let's continue to defend the homeless. Let's continue to say, hands off the encampments, drop the charges, defend, disarm, and disband the police, expropriate the big landlords, boot the corporate lobbyists out of City Hall, workers to power. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Terry. So you know how when you're at a concert you're really looking forward to and they blow your mind with a surprise final act that you didn't know what was happening? Put your hands together for Norm.
Can you hear me now? Maybe I should pretend I'm talking. Help.
Louder.
All right, so Vicky's here. She's going to help me. I'm going to ask her some questions, and I'm going to ask you guys some questions. Because, Jesus Christ, they don't listen to what we say. They have to hear a conversation, I think.